What's up? We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay. It's super late in the morning, or super late at night, or early in the morning. Okay. But Lila and I just watched Castle Freak, the 2020 bold reimagining, the remake. Okay. Real quick, I just want to say the director of this movie I had seen on Face Off on Sci Fi Channel, you know, the special effects makeup show. And he was one of my favorite contestants. And I was just blown away. I was on Instagram. I came across his page and saw that he was doing a remake of Castle Freak. And it that was just surreal. It was so cool seeing that, and I'm absolutely blown away by what he was able to do. It's super original, and it gets a little crazy here and there, but it's such a fresh new take on the original movie directed by Stuart Gordon, who also did the movie From Beyond. Um, uh, a loose a loose plot description would be uh, the the female lead, who is blind like in their original, is with her boyfriend. They go to her family's castle in, where was it?
Albania, I think that's it.
Albania. They go to her family's castle in Albania, and they're going to sell it, but they're living there or staying there for the weekend or something like that. And the girl starts hearing these things in these noises in the walls, and she has visions in her dreams and things like that. So she goes around the castle looking around, and meanwhile, the boyfriend's friends come over to party, I guess, and things start to get out of control. That's a loose description, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Um,
Oh, you forgot to mention the girl's family.
she's at the castle also trying to sort of uncover her family history.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? Okay, so that's basically the gist of the story. There's a lot more that comes and goes, but I thought it was much more complex than the original, and I liked that. It gets a little too crazy for me in some areas, but it was really cool seeing this new take. Like, it was super satisfying, and as soon as I saw that um, that this guy who was on Face Off went and made this movie and was posting all about it, uh, and said that it would be released to Shudder and Amazon Prime and all these streaming services on whatever date it was. I think it was today or yesterday, something like that. Um, I've been hyping this movie up. I've been so excited to finally watch it, and like I said, we just did not long ago, and it blew me away. I have complaints, but I'm super happy with it. It's definitely a well done remake. That's what I have to say about that. I have three issues with the movie. Okay, they're very minor. Okay, minor character issues. Okay, um, then a little bit uh I I'm not a huge fan of the way the story goes towards the middle, okay? And then the last one is the very end. I don't like the very end. But it's a love-hate thing, and I'll explain that, okay? The next thing I want to say is the special effects are through the roof, amazing, exactly what you would go in hoping for. Also, I expected nothing less from the director, because like I said, they were my favorite contestant on Face Off. So I'm so glad that I got to see such cool makeup effects. It was a dream come true. It was really amazing seeing this person go out and remake their childhood favorite horror movie like that. that's the dream. That's so awesome, and the movie was very is the word innovative
Mm-hmm.
and very original. The tagline is the movie's a bold reimagining of the classic or original movie, and that's true. It's very bold. It's not at all what you would expect. You know, you can expect good effects, but there are some twists. One big major twist that's different from the original, and you got to roll with the punches. But it's so cool because I'm glad that I didn't get a movie that was exactly like the original. I wanted something new, and the movie really delivered in that way. Also, amazing sounds, amazing, gross, nasty sounds. Also, the effects of the castle freak are so cool. Like the costume design is amazing. It's a lot like it's a lot like the original. How the castle freak has what was it? It's wearing something in the beginning when the castle freak creeps around the behind the walls in the castle, and it's wearing like a sheet, right?
Like a sheet, and then in some it looks like it's kind of like wrapped up.
Oh yeah, it's wrapped up, but there's just part of the face showing, and that was your favorite, right? When it had
I
the
think
thing
so,
over
yeah.
its face, it looked so cool. It looked good in the original, but seeing this version, hey, the director definitely nailed that. They did better than the original. It's so much cooler looking. I fucking loved seeing that. Like they definitely set out uh, or they accomplished everything they set out to do. I think that's very apparent watching this movie. It's fresh, it's bold, it's crazy, it's new. Um, I have a couple issues with the twists because, like I said before, there are things that happen that are that are very unexpected, and that's okay. But it gets to be a little much at the very end. I felt like they threw a little too much at you as a viewer, and I was left feeling kind of like, hey, you know, a little more resolution, please. Other than that, I really liked it. The characters aren't anything crazy, but that's okay. The female lead was fine, just like in the original. I'm glad they stuck with the blind element because that was important from the original. Um, the backstory to the main character was unnecessary. Wouldn't you agree?
The beginning?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like they didn't need to show that.
No.
I was talking to Lila about that when it happened. We both were kind of like, they didn't need to show that at all. They could have went right into the movie without explaining why she's blind, and it would just be fine. It would be perfect.
Yeah.
And I would like it even more, honestly. I only have minor issues like that. Because I went into this movie for an awesome gory gross out creature feature, and that's what I got. This movie was a million times better than the original, and is improved in every way that the original wasn't. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like everything I didn't like about the original, this movie didn't have. This movie is what I would have liked the original to be. Like I said, in the very final act, and I'm talking the last couple minutes, it gets a little bit too twisty and new. There are some kind of far out ideas thrown at you, and I could have done with a little bit less of that. But as a whole, it was a really great remake, in my opinion. Do you wanna talk about the the issue you had with the anticlimactic fight scenes?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple characters that we liked that
The only likable characters, in my opinion, other
uh,
than the lead.
And they go in, they're looking for the monster or whatever, and it seems like really cool. They're all ready to fight it and everything, and I was excited for that. And then nothing really happens. They
Yeah.
just die quietly, kind
Yeah,
of.
it was very like oh my God, we're gonna get this awesome like back and forth, give and take
Right.
fight.
And then like awesome kills, and the kills weren't that great. Like it was a little weird.
I did like the head twist.
Oh,
Remember that?
that was
That was
definitely great.
awesome.
But I mean, like for these two.
Yeah, these two characters. uh, For me, I basically liked every other kill, but
Yeah, these
two
were the only
characters,
ones.
it just wasn't that great, right?
No.
And here's my little tiny issue. All right, when you have an amazing monster, don't have them use inanimate objects to kill the person. You want to see them get ripped apart. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like with claws and biting, and we did get that. We definitely did. We get eating entrails and plenty of gore. There's even a head smashing scene. I loved it. This movie was fucking awesome. Like much more put together than the original too. Like the original is very unsatisfying to me because of the way the story goes. It kind of just falls flat in my opinion. But this movie was explosive and just a little too extra, but that's okay because I'll definitely rewatch it and buy a copy if it gets a Blu-ray release. I really hope it does. I'm praying that it does. Oh my God, I honestly can't wait to watch it again when it's been a while and get another second. That second viewing always goes different. You take in more, and I'm looking forward to that. Uh, what is your final rating for the movie
I
out of
would
10?
give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, and that's because of the issues you had.
Yeah.
Okay, but as in terms of special effects and camera work and sound,
Definitely. It was really.
really good, very satisfying. I loved all the special effects. Also, that one twist, there's a nasty scene in this movie that was like kind of funny but also so extreme you're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening." I give props to the director for doing this crazy shit. Like I'm not going to spoil what it is. It's a sex scene, I guess you could say, but it is so over the top. I could not believe what I was seeing. Um, and you're looking away, but also looking back to see what's going on. And uh, there are some scenes that were really kind of made me feel icky, like ugh, you know. I that was good. A good a gory movie will have those things. That was perfect too. I keep going with this review just because I have more good things to say, but I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, which is generous and it's just right, I think. Just right. And if you think that's a low score, don't get me wrong. The movie is very impressive as a remake, and I prefer it over the original. I just got those three complaints, like I said. Other than that, I loved it.
I think I would give it a 6.5.
6.5, and then a 7.5 for me. I think that's fair. I really love the movie. Go check it out. Go rent it. It's definitely worth the money. Buy a copy. Do whatever you got to do. We rented it tonight. Loved it. Loved it. Go check it out. And that concludes the review.